guys know how sometimes the world tries to tell us something without telling us something, like, hey, your best friend is going to be your wife, or that crappy job will lead to the most amazing job ever? Well, Saturday night's showdown between the Celtics and Warriors might just be the NBA Finals preview. And what a game it was. Steph Curry, 49 points on 24 shots. Kyrie Irving, 37 points on just 18 shots. Warriors won this one. Listen to Steph Curry after the game.
I mean, this is like a playoff type game, down to the wire, back and forth. So prepares us for what's going to be like in May and June, and that's good preparation. So I like to say we send a message that we're still tough, we're still a team to beat, but a lot of work to do.
I want to beat them, and that's what I try to echo to my team. And I know they feel the same way. To be considered the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what we try to do.
Watching this game, you had to be able to feel there was a palpable energy with these two teams matching up. Do you think this could be an NBA Finals preview, CC?
There's no doubt. Absolutely. These look like, well, now East and West. Now there might be someone else that might come out of the West, but the way they played, the intensity for which they played, the matchups, and if you look at the people that were on the court, it's not like in the playoffs one team's going to have another player. Right. Now, typically, our man Manick said that Gordon Hayward's traveling with the team, like things like these are the players that we would be seeing in the postseason. So it was a great matchup. The intensity was definitely wrapped up, but also the skill level of what it required to get the ball in the hole and the intensity for which they were playing defense. It was an amazing regular season game. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see the Celtics were able to ramp it up, and it lets you know, man, Kyrie is the only guard really in the NBA, the point guard, that can match Steph bucket for bucket, move for move. And we've seen this in the finals, and Kyrie is very comfortable playing against Steph because even though they're on the court, Kyrie is being guarded by Klay more than he is Steph. Now, he has to guard Steph, so they do a lot of pick and roll, so you do see him, and you can see the motivation when they're on the court, one to another. They definitely make the other person's game rise up.
Steph was extraordinary, and Kyrie was nearly as good. Like, this was as good of a mano-a-mano point guard on point guard matchup that we've seen, I think, in the NBA all year long. And Kyrie does seem to take his game to another level when he plays not only against the Warriors, but particularly in Oracle, on the road against the Warriors, which is why it's a shame we won't get to see him play again there until next season, because the Celtics are not going to make the NBA Finals. But this was a tremendous basketball game. The Warriors take them seriously. The Warriors, absolutely, they weren't. This was not a game where sometimes the Warriors get out, they're down 10 early, and it's because they are not taking a game seriously. That's not what happened here. The Celtics played, I think, offensively as well as they could play in the first quarter. I think they were shooting 75% with a couple minutes left in the first quarter. And the Warriors were doing their best. Like, it wasn't because the Warriors were lackadaisical. The Celtics were just playing outstanding. I don't believe the Celtics have enough offense to get through the Eastern Conference. I think because of their lack of offense, they're a team that could be upset in any round of the playoffs. With that said, they're one of only 3 teams that I think, if they were to play the Warriors, could actually give them a fight. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think we're going to get to see that matchup. If we were to see that matchup, I think the Celtics could give them a fight because, as Cece mentioned, Kyrie, he doesn't neutralize Steph, but he comes about as close as any guard in the league does because he seems to just relish that matchup and take his game to a new level against Steph and in that building.
The concern I have with the Eastern Conference is who can negate Kyrie? If he decides to be an offensive threat that he has been against the Warriors, if he decides to do that in the playoff, in the East, like, who's going to be able to stop him? Like, we see Cavs, what they do defensively. That could be a major problem if offensively Kyrie goes into that series and said that I want to take over the game. I believe that could be a problem for the Cavs.
Let me answer that for you real quick. In that situation, what I think the Cavs would do, I think the Cavs would simply have LeBron guard him. And that's where the lack of other offensive firepower hurts the Celtics. If Gordon Hayward's out there, that's a tougher thing to do. If Jason Tatum was playing like he was a couple months ago, that's a tougher thing to do. But I think they would just tell LeBron to guard Kyrie similar to what
they could only guard him in the fourth quarter. He couldn't guard him the whole game.
Sure.
It would take too much out of him.
Sure, but that's what they did against Derrick Rose a few years ago.
Yeah, but Kyrie's a better offensive player because he can shoot. Derrick Rose couldn't shoot. He could not shoot, and it played into LeBron's hand. LeBron could get up on him and use his size because he couldn't go past him. Kyrie, you can't do that. LeBron cannot play him at the three-point line and prevent him from getting to the hoop or also getting people open.
What did you see from the Celtics that you think the Cavs could have done better? If you don't think you're going to see these two in the finals.
It's not that I don't think we're going to see these two in the finals because the Cavs necessarily match up better against the Warriors. It's because I don't think the Celtics can beat the Cavs in a series.
Gotcha.
Exactly right.
There's nothing they would have been done in that game to say, oh, the Cavs, like, no, stop it. That was, no.
Walk it back. Hey, coming up, can the Eagles defense slow down Tom Brady and the Patriots? We'll talk about that next on First Things First.